Time. We're live. Hi, everyone. You have reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva into the building. Don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you are not already a subscriber. And we will be going live every Wednesday night, talking about relationships, different topics on relationships. So I hope my live holds up the whole time because we are going through a horrific storm right now, and it's a lot of banging and stuff outside. And I'm prepping my hair for my braids, so forgive my head wrap. But anyway, we're gonna carry on. So if you're here, let us know that you're in the building. Um, I'm happy to see everyone that's coming through to chat with us. So, hey, Chef Kev,
It's good.
how's it going?
How they acting up, but we good.
Listen, like I said, we're probably going to keep it really short today, keep it close to the hour, especially because of the storm and then giving tornado threats and everything like that. So I like to start out by saying, Kev, I don't know if you ever watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta, but the word is out today and the news is out today that unfortunately, Nene Leak's husband, she's a former castmate of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Her husband actually transitioned to the other side. He has passed, was dealing with colon cancer. So my heart goes out to her family. They had a son together, and actually, they had a son together, but she also had a son before they had their son together. So it's like he raised both of her sons. And I know it's just heart wrenching, and it's always, sad when someone leaves us, especially when we feel like they leave us too young. But especially in his case, because it was, a horrific disease that kind of took him away from her life early. So my condolences and my heart goes out to Nene Leakes and her family. So with that being said, we'll kind of move on and we'll kind of get into our topic of relationships. And today we decided to talk about, you know, your circle of friends in your relationship, so to speak. So your circle of friends matter. And then in addition to your circle of friends, do you have to let go of certain friends or all of your friends when you become one with someone else? When you join with someone else and now y'all are one, do you have to let go of these friendships that you have? Do you have to let go of your best friend? Does it matter? And there's a saying out there that says that when you are married people should hang with married people. And, that's a really big saying. So I'll start there, Kev. What do you have to say?
Well, your circle of friends shouldn't affect your relationship. If it affects your relationship, then anything that affects your relationship in a negative way should be pushed to the side. It's family members, anything, because your relationship or marriage. When I say relationship, is that's what's important. And so, um, you don't necessarily have to hang around married people or single people because the people around you is going to wish the best for you. You know what I mean? They're
Hopefully.
not going to. They're not going to be
Hopefully.
messy. So I mean, it's one thing I noticed when it comes to successful people, whether it's sports, music, business, whatever situation. I know they always talk about the tight group they have around them, the circle of people they have around them. LeBron James is one of them. Jay-Z is one of them. Nas is one of them. They talk about the circle of people they have around them. They keep that circle tight and that union tight. And the people around you should be able to. It shouldn't be a bunch of yes people, or yes men, or yes women. They should be able to tell you the truth when you messing up the game. You know what I mean? So if you got that girlfriend and say, "Look, you're being messy right now," you know what I mean? You're being, you got guys, that guy who will tell you, "Look, man, you need to go home," and I've seen that. I've actually seen that when guys have told other guys. I remember a guy saying, "Why are you here? You got a good woman at home. Why are you out with us?" We all was single, hanging out. And dude asked the question. He was like, "Why are you here?" You know what I mean? And so sometimes when you have someone in that circle that checks you, that's not trying to mess up your situation, that loves the both of you, it's a win-win situation. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at that.
I mean, yes, you should always be around people that love you and that are supportive of your relationship. But that doesn't always mean that you're going to know that certain people that are around you are not supportive, because everybody doesn't show things in an obvious way. I mean, if things were obvious, we will all be, living this blissful life. Sometimes people are doing things to you and you have no clue. Sometimes people are not rooting for your relationship and you don't have a clue until you do have a clue. So, it's easy to say, hang with the right people. It's easy to say, surround yourself with the right people. Like all of these things are so easy to say, but life doesn't work that way. Life is not that simple, that clean cut, that clear, dry, and that easy. Sometimes it could be they said sometimes the people that are closest to you are the ones that hurt you the most. Um, and so sometimes you have this circle of friends and you don't, they're portraying as if they're happy for you in your relationship. But meantime, at the back of the ranch, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know until you know. So yes, and they say hang around like minds. Well, sometimes you think you are hanging around like minds until you find out that you're not. And it's similar with work situations. It's like, you could be working side by side by somebody and you think you have their back and they have yours. But then you find out through other people, like, okay, wait a minute, this person never really had my back. So it's like, to me, how do you navigate these situations? How do you deal with them once you find out? And I think that, it's a mixture of a lot of different things. It's like you have to know your time with your family. And when I say your family, your significant other, your mate, whatever, and then the time that you're going to spend with your friends. You have to know when to not let those times bleed into each other. And you also have to know that your friends should know and be respectful and mature enough to know, like, okay, she was single before, but now she's married. So I gotta respect her, and now we're gonna move differently together because she is married. Some people are used to having so much access to you because the access they had to you before you got in a relationship. And so now you have to redefine your friendships with different people because you are now in a relationship. And some people can't handle that redefinition. So it's like, you got to figure out a way, like, how do we navigate that? Yeah, we used to hang out all the time. Yeah, we used to be together every weekend. Yeah, we used to be on the phone all night, but I can't do that now because, now I'm in a relationship or now I'm married. So it's learning how to redefine your friendships, your relationships, and also knowing how to share your time with your partner and not lose yourself, because some people, they end up losing themselves when they have a mate. And then unfortunately, if the demise of the relationship happens, they have a harder time kind of navigating back into that single world because they were so closed off when they were in a relationship. I mean, I know some females that when they get in a relationship, they cut all of their girlfriends off. Maybe they don't physically say that, but they do that by never responding to your calls, never hanging out with you anymore. And to me, it's like there should always be a healthy balance.
Mm-hmm. Yes, true.
So it's like, you have to, and you have to find that healthy balance. I think there are some, relationships, like I know one of my girlfriends, when she got in a relationship, the guy didn't want her to be like hang with her friends anymore. I thought it was extreme, but that's my thoughts on it. It's like, how do you get with someone and then you tell them, you can't hang with your girlfriends or your friends anymore? Now, when you're a female and you have maybe a lot of male friends in your life and you're trying to navigate, those relationships, I can see how that could be a little bit different. Hey, Francis. Hey, hey. So, I can see how that could be a little bit different, but you got to find your way and kind of figure it out.
Mhm. Mhm. I mean, there's so many different dynamics to it. I mean, what do you do when your friend sees something you don't see? You know what I mean? So, we've been
Well,
there. When
I'm
your
with,
friend is telling you X, Y, Z, and he or she is like, man, they're just trying to hate, and you're like, or they don't get along. You know what I mean? Or not to say get along, but somebody's telling you, look, I wouldn't trust her.
well, that's an interesting question. And what I have to say about that is this. Sometimes there's truth to what someone's trying to tell you. And
Hmm.
even if maybe you don't want to accept the truth from them, it'll eventually come to light.
Hmm.
So there are people that sometimes they're on the outside looking in and they can see more than you can see because you can be blinded by love. It's such a thing. Like
Hmm.
you so in love, you can't see anything wrong in this person and what they're doing. Okay. So, and then sometimes what they see is because they did actually physically see something,
Hmm.
but maybe they don't know how to tell you that. And, they just give you a little hint to be aware, open your eyes, wake up. So they're giving you a warning so that hopefully you can wake up and see this thing for yourself. Because also, I think it's hard to tell someone that, you seen their mate in the streets with someone else. And,
Hmm.
how do you feel about that? Would you tell if you have your best friend and you know their mate, and now you out and about just doing whatever in the shop, right? The supermarket, whatever, and you see their mate with someone else and it looks like an obvious relationship, not just something innocent, would you tell your best friend?
Um, that's a touchy subject, but it depends on the friendship. Really, it depends on.
But I'm saying this is your best
No,
friend.
what I'm saying is this, and I've said this to a lot of friends. Okay,
Hmm.
if you out there being messy, don't expect me to. You don't expect me to snitch on you, don't expect me to snitch on her. I stay in the middle. So if I know you got you something on the side, and I run into your old lady and she got her something on the side, I ain't saying nothing. Maybe
Mm.
y'all know about it, but you ain't gonna hear from me. Now, if I know you a stand up dude and you not doing nothing, or if you one of my female friends and I know you stand up and you ain't cheating and creeping, ain't doing nothing, then I might put a bug in your ear, depending on who you are. Some people don't want to hear it. I've been in that situation. They don't want to hear it. Okay, I let it go. And it could be a messy situation. So when people say they don't want to hear it, just keep it moving. They're blinded by the situation. But I mean, like I said, if I know you stand up and you are and we tight like that, and I know you doing right by the person, I'm gonna say something. But if both of y'all being messy, my mouth shut. I don't get involved in that one. Ain't my circus, ain't my monkey. That's all. That's on you.
Um, it that's a tough call, but I will say this. If it is my best friend and I physically see you with my own eyes, oh, I'm telling my best friend.
Hmm.
Now, if in how you receive it is how you receive it, and what you do with the information is what you do with the information. But I know the worst feeling in the world to me is everyone else knows that something is going on
Hmm.
except you. So
Yeah.
I think that that's just so hurtful and harmful. And then when you backtrack and you find out, wait a minute, you knew, and none of y'all told me. None of y'all couldn't say anything to me. So if it's my best friend, yes, I will tell. But you also like kind of in lines of what you're saying. You do know what people can accept, what information. So I know some people they get pissed at you because you told them and they want to stay with their mate. So my thing is stay with your mate, but don't get pissed at me that I informed you. Just tell me from now on you don't want that information. But I have known
Hmm.
people to stop talking to me because I informed them. And it's like, Well, okay, now I know, so now I know it depends on who it is, but I will say this. If it is my best friend, I'm definitely hands down telling because I'm gonna deal with the rap because normally, like me and my best friend, we gonna speak to the end of the day. Now, other people in my circle, it will depend on who they are, what I know about them, and if I think they're gonna accept the information or not. And to
Hmm.
me, if I know you're gonna go ahead and stay there anyway, I'm just like, you know what? Eventually, everything in the dark will come out in the light. Eventually, they're gonna find out.
Hmm.
But I would never want my best friend to know that I knew and didn't say something to her.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yes, I would pick and choose, but I would never pick and choose with my bestie. No, my bestie, I'm telling her.
Well, like I said, I understand that. I just have my thought process because, like I said, I've been through this on so many sides, and I've been through the ringer. And so, you know, when you have that closeness with someone, like I said, I like people even when sometimes it hurts to tell me the truth. You know what I mean? When somebody sits there and said, "Look, man, you need to get yourself together," or whatever, whatever, whatever. We always like to hear the accolades and the good things and the pats on the back. But sometimes we all need a swift kick in the behind. You know what I mean? And so I remember, and it's funny I said that. I remember a guy I worked with years ago, and he told me, he said, he was literally, he didn't realize his wife was on the verge of leaving him.
Mm,
And he said it took somebody, like I said, it's like, why are you here? Did it like basically just broke down him, say, you got this good woman. Half the guys in here would love to have your woman. Why are you here? And he said he started acting right, and the relationship started going on. They had another baby, and she told him, and he said she actually told him she had an abortion because she didn't want to bring another child of his into the world. So she had one kid, and he said she was actually with help of her sister was planning to leave him, and he got his act together. But she told him years later, and he was like, like wow. But it took somebody to call him out on his mess and his nonsense. And so that's the type of friend you need. Like I said, when you see these athletes and you see these people, whether celebrities, when they have that circle of somebody to sit there and say, "Nah, bro, you messing up." You know what I mean? You acting stupid. You need to get your act together. Those are the people I feel are successful. So when you're in a relationship and someone is supportive of you, you have that friend. And I'm gonna say this real quick. And this is for me. This is just for me. Okay? Something I've noticed from the difference between people who really have my back, or not even just my back, but when you say, "Oh, I just met Johnny's new girlfriend or new fiance," and somebody said, "Really, how is she? She cool?" Da-da-da-da-da. When somebody said how she looked, oh, they never turned out to be like, who cares? You know what I mean? If my best friend says, "Yo, I'm getting married," and you happen to meet his fiance before me, I'm gonna ask you, is she cool? He had whatever. I don't care how she look. You know what I mean? But I noticed that like these little superficial questions, I picked up on. Oh, so how does he look? Oh, what does he drive? And there's little superficial things that, to me, as I gotten older, really don't matter. You happy, you happy. That's my whole deal. If we cool like that, and you happy, I don't care if you're green, brown, white, blue, tall, short,
well, I
whatever.
mean, who, as long
Oh,
as the
trust me, it happens.
person, yeah, as long as the person loves the person, I mean, what
Yeah,
does
that's
it
all that
matter?
matters.
But
But the
but
people in that
I
circle.
do feel in general though, that two individuals that get together, you got to have some type of attraction
No, I'm
to
not
the
saying that.
person.
I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about the people on the outside.
Uh,
That yeah, asking that, and I'm like, who cares? But you hear those questions. I knew somebody, somebody I know was happy, and somebody says, "Yo, yo, you seen his wife? Oh man, she bad as who cares?" You know what I'm saying? he happy. You know what I mean? Or she look like who cares? You know, her husband, she oh he look like who cares? If they're happy, that's all that matters. So your circle of friends will want you to be happy, just like you would want them to be happy. You know?
Once again, I'm gonna have to say you would hope.
Yeah, you would hope,
You
but that's
would
the people you
hope.
would want around you. That's what I'm saying. That close knit group, because to me, and when I say a circle of friends, it ain't gonna be 30 friends or 10 friends. Your circle of friends to me is between 3 and 5. You know what I mean? How
Yeah,
many
but
real?
what I'm saying to you though, Kevin, is even within that 3 to 5,
Hmm.
it could be somebody in there throwing a little smoke in the game.
Oh, always,
So so
always.
so what I'm saying is sometimes you don't know two people's true colors until you see them.
Hmm.
Okay? So it's like, you could be all happy, and then, the minute, the demise may happen to come of a relationship, some of them be the first one to, be like, oh, I knew it was gonna happen, or whatever the case may be. So it's like you just never know until you know. But
Hmm.
I think the gist of, what we're saying with the circle of friends is one, um, it's better if your mate is can get along with the circle of friends. The better your
Hmm.
mate gets along with your circle of friends, I think the better the continuation of those friendships can be. So all my relationships, my mate was pretty much as close to my friends as I was. So the fact that they were always around, it wasn't a big deal because we all kind of was like used to hanging together.
Hmm.
So it was, that was the nice thing about us. And we went on vacations together. Like, we were together a lot. So everybody, it was almost like we was just one big happy family. And I think it is or would be kind of rough if you have a friend that your mate doesn't get along with, because then what functions can y'all really kind of do together and like intertwine with is going to be tension. And nobody wants tension in their life. So
Right.
I just think a good rule of thumb is one, you know, my friend and his friends now have to become our friends in a sense. If we
Hmm.
really want to have, a big happy situation going on, for lack of better words, we
Hmm.
all need to be friends. Time will show you who your true friends are. That is so true. That is so true. Time will definitely show you who your true friends are. Because I told you I had a situation too, or I don't know if I ever told you this story where, one I considered this person to be a very, very close friend of mine, was in her wedding and everything. And then after her wedding, and to this day, I don't even know what happened, just never spoke to me again. But this person was also the type of person that once they got into a relationship, it was kind of like all of their girlfriend relationships kind of just fell to the wayside. I mean, some people believe in that. Some people, that's how they are. It's like, they're made against the world, and that's all they need is each other. And, if that's your story, then that's your story. Hey, have fun with it.
But
But, I don't know.
well, nobody wants to be. How can I put it? Left out. I mean, when you, I mean, I've experienced the friendships where once they got married, they're gone. You know what I mean? And so, but it's then the minute you break up, the minute you break up, here they come running back. You know what I mean? I knew he was
They
no
looking, they
good or
looking for
whatever,
their
whatever,
friend
whatever.
again.
Yeah. So I mean, so like you said, like she said, time will tell who your friends are, but really, not so much time is when you're going through something. You know
Mm.
what I mean? That's when you see,
Time
like
and situations.
yeah,
Time and
situations and time,
situations.
and I also feel that I'm very worried of people who are always quick to say leave, or what I experience is having people around you who you care about root for your relationship to fail. That's not a good feeling. It's like you sitting there and it almost feels like and they won't say it, but by their actions, it somewhat seems like they're standing there with the confetti in their hand, and it's like it's over, and the confetti come down, and it's like,
Well, part of that comes from Kevin. I think that, and I think kind of Francis kind of talked about this in one of our conversations where you can't be telling everybody your business. So I think naturally when we're upset or we're emotional or we're going through through something, we find someone to talk to, right? And normally some people remove themselves because they may not care for you, who you are dealing with. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that is an excellent point, Latia. Yes, because and I'll get to a story about that situation in a minute. But yes, I had one girlfriend and I felt that her mate was a beast and had a mouth and didn't care who he used the mouth on, her, the girlfriends, and you know, I had got a mouth too. I was like, yo, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. So it was like somebody had to remove themselves. So since you gonna stay with him, I gotta remove myself because he crazy and you accepting the crazy and he think he could talk to everybody crazy, so he extra crazy. Okay, he a special kind of type of crazy. So yeah, I did remove myself, and it was sad because I loved that particular girlfriend, but I'm like and it was a pattern. I'm like, how do you always meet these crazy fools? Like, what is going on? But that last one, I was like, okay, I'm done. Cause he just, I mean, it's one thing to come out his mouth to you, but he just think he gonna come out his mouth to whomever, and it don't work
mhm,
like that. But to go back, I just think that, you know, when you say people are rooting for the demise of your relationship, some of it might depend upon what came out of your own mouth. And that's why we have to watch what we say when we say it, and especially when we're upset. A lot of time our friends and family, not because we want to, but by circumstance, they hear about all the bad things because that's when we call them when we're upset and we're pissed, right? And so they hear all of these negative things about the person, and that's when they're making their judgment. They're making their judgment off of that. And it was a small portion of your life, but it's all the portions that you keep telling them.
mhm,
So that's where they're making their judgment. And that's when they're saying finally they might be like, well, you know what? When the demise come, they be like, well, thank goodness, you know, that it's over, that's it, that y'all done. Because, you know, that person was messy. So, you know, all of it is not based off of just something of them just looking at the person and saying, I don't like them. They're making all of these judgments based upon things that came out of your own mouth. Um, those are the type of people you need to watch. They become abusive. Oh yeah, no, that brother had a mouth on him. He had a mouth on him, and then he just felt like he could talk to whoever, whenever, however. And I was like, yo, you got it all the way twisted. Yeah, like yeah, he was crazy. But yes, I had to remove myself, and then me and her actually started getting into it more. But it was we was getting into it more based upon him. So it was nothing. It was never no problems that we really had. The problems
mhm.
we had was her man, and he would be all in our business. I mean, he reading your text that I send you. Where they do that at? Then he gonna tell her to tell me what I should do? I was like, he done lost his mind. He trying to run everybody's life. The brother was crazy.
But you need to check her because why she got him reading your text messages. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what though? If somebody take your phone, now let's talk about that. Let's go into that, Kevin. Let's go into how do you deal with now with this social media and these smartphones and the text messages and the DMs and the this and that. You know, do you should you have regular access to your mate's phone? Is
Well,
their phone your business?
when you say mate, you talking wife or husband?
I'm talking either one, even somebody you dating and been
I
dating
mean,
for a while.
if we serious, you know, I mean, when I say mate, I'm talking wife. But we at that level. My phone is my phone. You know what I'm saying? If you want to look into it, I
But
got nothing
you
to
said,
hide.
let me back up and give you your words. You said if you dating, right? you're going to act like the mate. It doesn't start once you get married, it starts before.
Hmm. That's
So,
when you're
does
there.
the
That's when,
person
yeah, you're at
have
the level.
access? Does the person have access to your phone? Okay, you dating now, let's give it a year. You dating a year. Do they have access to your phone?
It depends on how serious we are. Every 6 months, it could be 6 months. If I'm like that and we like that, why not? Listen, it does, like you said, it doesn't determine time how much I care about you. Sometimes you meet people and feel like you've been knowing them forever. So I mean, you can meet people. So if it clicks
So
like that,
so you're saying yes, you have access to the
yeah.
phone.
But the thing is that what I've noticed, and I don't know if you have this is situation. You ever had a friend
Hey,
and
Sassy.
hey, girls up? But you ever had a friend and you have a social
Wait,
media
wait.
page?
Francis says no if you trust them. So go ahead, Kevin.
What I'm
We
saying
just
is
wait.
that
Hold on one second, everybody. We're saying we want to know: should you have access to your mate's phone? Should you be able to look in the text messages, the cloud, the
see
DM?
when you say access, can they pick up my phone and use it? Yeah. Like I had my ex used to go. She picked up my phone and order off Amazon. Hit the button. I said go order. She did just something off Amazon. So go get my. She got the phone. Bye, picked up, hit the button, shipped it. You know what I mean? But the question that I have is, have you ever had a friend on social media and all of a sudden their mate sends you a friend's request because they feel they should have access to all your friends?
No, no.
Because I've noticed that with certain
I had
couples.
friend I got friend requests because we were all friends.
No,
Yeah. But
I've
no, just because their mate looked up and looked up all of their friends and then started sending friend requests to all their friends, that ain't right. Something psycho about that. Something cuckoo
I,
about that. Okay. But if I go back to the whole access with the phone, I will say this. I don't have codes on my phone, which is probably bad for if I lose it purposes. But I don't have time to be remembering all these codes to open my own phone when I need to use it myself. So I don't have codes on my phone. But my thing is, the minute you start going through my phone, that's because you guilty. That's because you doing something. And that's because you thinking, because you doing something, everybody doing something. Like Francis said, I don't see any need. I'm not against it and I'm not for it. But I don't see any need why anybody would need to go through anybody else's phone. Yeah, sure, you need to make a phone call, whatever. Your phone is there, use my phone. Okay? This, that, yeah, use my phone. But you sitting there looking through my phone, through my text, to my friends,
but
to my family, to whoever,
but
you
that's
don't lost your
different.
mind.
But
Yes, I'm
that's
listening.
different from when you say access to your phone or going through your phone. Is like
Kevin, don't act slow. Don't do
no,
that.
don't act slow. When you
Don't
said
do that.
so,
Don't do that.
so if you know when you say someone has access to
Everybody,
your phone,
mostly everybody has codes on their phone. I happen to be one of those people. I don't put a code on my phone. So if you pick up my phone right now and you just slide it up, you in my phone. You're gonna see my
okay,
text messages, this, that, and the other. It's a terrible habit in the sense of if I ever lose my phone, the person that picks it up would be able to get right in it. So I
okay,
think codes are good in terms of if you lose your phone. But most
yes.
people, they really have codes because they don't even want anyone, no one, including their mate, to see what's in their phone. But I'm
Now,
saying that if my phone is on the table and I'm in the shower and my mate picks up my phone and starts looking through my phone, that's a problem.
there's a
Because
privacy
what
issue.
you
Yeah,
looking for?
yeah. But what I'm
What
saying
you looking
is,
for?
can I finish?
Yes, you can.
My mate had my code. She could pick up my phone and put in the code, and it would pop up. So when I say access to my phone, she had access if she wanted, like in other words, like I said, when she ordered off Amazon, when she wanted somebody. So she didn't. She knew friends of mine, and she wanted somebody's number. Go hit the button. And so those were situations. So
Did you ever
that's
look through her phone?
no,
Never.
no, Max, no.
Any one of your mates ever in your life, did you
Oh
ever
yeah,
look through their phone?
you already know that story. Yeah,
No, but I'm asking you, but my thing is, what would make you look through someone's phone? Because I have a business, I lock my phone because of certain info. Yes, yes. No, you know, Francis, yes. I'm not wholeheartedly in agreement with myself not having a code on my phone. I just hate that every time, like I had a code on it at one time. I hate every time I was about to use a phone, I gotta do this with this code. But I will say this, I'm in big trouble if I ever lose my phone because if I had a code, the person would be locked out of the phone. They wouldn't be able to do anything with it. But my phone, as it stands right now, if I lose it, whoever picks it up, they can make phone calls, they could do this, they can do that. Right. I feel the same way. I don't go through anyone's phone. Seek and you shall find. see, but and you know what? You know what, Latia? So here's my thought on that, right? Um, Even if I did get curious and I was seeking, I shouldn't find anything. It should be nothing to find. It should be nothing to find. So, and if something is found, that's a whole nother problem in and of itself. But my thing is, if you do happen to find something, what are you going to do with that information that you do find? How do you approach it? And what if what you found you didn't really recognize or you misunderstood it? So now you have broken the trust between you and your mate because you were being nosy.
it depends on why you did it.
You said, I understand what Kevin's saying. Access and use is different. Okay, y'all saying access and use is different. Okay, I get that. But the thing is, if you have if so you're saying the comfort of the fact that someone has your code, maybe they have a different comfort zone because they do have your code.
Hmm. I mean,
But
no. What I'm saying is this. Okay,
uh-huh.
when you when you we all dealt with some messy situation in our relationship in the past.
Right.
So one thing about trust, or one thing is like someone has to be the first one to trust. Like someone has to be the first one to say I love you. Someone has to be the first one to say, okay, here I am. Whether it's him, her, whoever. Okay. So like in my situation, I said, this is the code. Okay. Just like she knew the PIN number to my debit card. So when I would be in line and she'd be in line, we'd be going shopping, I'd pull out my card and give it to her. You know? She knew the PIN number. So it was nothing to hide. You see what I'm saying? So to me, once you start doing all this and that, if I got to hide the PIN number and hide the code to this and hide the code to that, why am I with you? That's why I have a very strict policy when I'm with somebody, like, married or living in a situation. One thing I told my ex-wife, I said, look, when I come home, I'll put my wallet on the table. Don't think twice about it. So anybody you bring in this house, I gotta hide my wallet should be in this house. You see what I'm saying? It's a comfort. We walk out here in this world, and I'm not trying to throw. I'm just being real. As a black man, we deal with enough nonsense as it is. And my
Mm,
dad always say, "Why you bust your behind and pay bills at a place you don't want to be or you're not comfortable in?" So if I come home, I should be able to put my foot up, chill, babe. I need Francis' number. I want to call her. There go the phone right there. I don't feel like getting up. You closest to it. Oh, you want my code? Here it is. You see what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So, me and Francis going out. I need $200. Here's the card. Take it out to ATM. You know what I mean? If I gotta do all this and that and dip and dodge, and hide and slide, then why am I with you? You know what I mean? That's why I always tell people it was a lot easier to stay single than the creep when you married because I ain't got. It's too much going on.
Well, there we go. There we go. Certain things should be private.
Yeah.
Certain it. So wait, are you saying certain things should be private in a relationship when you dating? Or are you saying certain things should be private also if you're married? Um, and are you saying that? And I don't want to mess up the name. Is it Christian? Are you saying that certain things should be private, as in you cannot have access to my phone and the codes and all of that? So you gotta talk to us. Thank you for that. I do agree. I do agree to some level of privacy, right? But
Mm-hmm.
although I agree to some level of privacy, I will also say this: I really don't have nothing to keep private. Your phone is like your diary. Oh shoot.
Well,
Well,
like okay. So for me, like a journal, I would never go through your journal. You know what
right,
I mean? I would
right.
never
But
go
see,
through your journal, your
but
diary.
here's the thing, Kev.
Mm-hmm.
When someone has their phone, you never know what a scroll up, a this or that may lead you into, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a techie person. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not techie. So, my son shows me everything on my phone. He's like, "Mom, it's just this, do that, whatever," right? So I'm not techie. So I may scroll up and be looking for one thing and then I run into something else. But I shouldn't run into anything. If you don't, oh my. If you don't have
That
permission, don't look.
hey, I ain't gonna
Woo,
lie to you, kid. Now kids ain't gonna have access to my phone.
woo.
Family members ain't gonna have access to my phone.
Well, we ain't talking about no family members. We talking about mates right now. If you
That's
don't have
different.
permission, don't look.
Hey, it ain't pictures ain't for everybody. So it's what
Jesus,
it is.
help us, good Lord. Oh my, if you don't have permission, don't look. If I'm your wife, that's the permission right there. You don't need extra permission as the wife.
Yeah, but that wife gave you that permission.
No,
That
no,
wife
no, no,
card.
no, 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 no. This says if you don't have permission, don't look. I'm just making a record here. They're doing a public service announcement. If it is the wife, if it's the wife, you don't need no extra permission. After you said I do, that's permission to everything. Wait, if you have permission, then what you find isn't hidden. All right now. Well, we got permission as the wife. That's the public service announcement. Kevin, you could tell all your friends, all the family members, whatever. As the mate, permission is granted, always and forever.
But if I give you the code, you got the permission. So that's
But
the
I'm
whole deal.
just saying in general, though, even if I didn't have the code and I happened to get in there and it wasn't locked or whatever the case may be, access granted. I have permission. And
It
whatever
is
I
what it is.
find better be acceptable.
But look,
Yes.
I'm gonna just say this: you you gotta be smart, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. As you
Well,
because
unfortunately, there's a lot of men
okay,
that are
we
not
both
smart.
we both have experienced this. Haven't you got uh unwanted texts from people?
Wholeheartedly,
Okay, then
wholeheartedly.
so if
But
you
but
happen to
see,
get
but the thing is though, if you can tell when someone's been in communication and there's been back and forth text, or if
hmm
there was just a text, you understand what I'm saying? Hey,
hmm
Chris. So you can tell. So if somebody sends me an unwanted text, but here's the thing, versus more than an unwanted text, I got unsolicited DMs. Okay, I got unsolicited DMs, but I shut them down. So there's a difference. And so even if you were to go see those unsolicited DMs, you would see my response was the shutdown. Like, don't come for me.
answer
I
that
already got
question.
my man. What?
Answer
So
that question.
do the husband have access to all your things, money, body? Hold on now. All them things except the money. You gotta check out some of our previous conversations. We're not talking money right now, but I'll answer the question. All, yes, everything, everything but the money is limited access. Okay, so we're gonna have a shared bank account. We're gonna have our own separate bank accounts. And I have said this, everybody that hangs out with us on Wednesdays, they know. When I get my bonus is my bonus. When the hubby gets his bonus is our bonus. That's how it's gonna go down in my household.
Do
But
you
thanks
tell
for the
your
question.
spouse about all your DMs?
Well, well, no, because you know what? Because they don't need to get worked up about what I shut down.
Remember
You
that.
you you don't need to get worked up about what I shut down.
Remember
You don't
that.
know, but let me say this, Kev. Men, y'all don't know how to shut stuff down. And you don't. But you as a wife want access to yourself? Absolutely. Absolutely. I want access to
Hold on. Back
everything
to
of
you
my
men
husband.
don't know how to shut stuff down. I've
Yes, I'm
shut many people down.
praise the Lord and amen. Thank you, Jesus. Will help your other fellow brothers and men out in the world. There's a lot of men out there that they don't know
Stop.
how to shut down the attention. No, let me tell you something. You let me tell you something. If a woman right now came and brought you, if you was married, right? And a woman came right now and brought you here. Oh, I know you like coffee light and sweet from Dunkin' Donuts. I got an extra one today. Here it is. You gonna say no, I don't want it?
You
Oh,
talking
Dunkin'
about DMs or
Donuts
coffee?
had
You
two
talking
wraps
about
for
DMs or coffee?
I'm talking about everything. Are you stopping it? Dunkin' Donuts had the wraps for $2. I only want one wrap. Here's one for you. You eating the wrap?
Depends on how hungry I am.
Oh,
But
see,
she
that's
know
what I'm
I'm
talking about.
married.
See that
But
little
the
stuff
point,
right
but we
there,
already
though.
answered.
That little
Hold up.
stuff right there. That little stuff right there. That's how it starts. So
No, because here's the deal.
she gonna be like, he
No,
accepted my coffee. He accepted my wrap. He likes me.
no,
And
because
now it's
here.
turned into in a whole nother situation.
Okay, let me explain something to you. Okay, when you
He said
talk
we
about
shut
men,
stuff down. Uh-huh. Mhm.
when you talk about men shutting stuff down, right?
Uh-huh.
The problem ain't isn't the man. The problem is you picked the wrong man.
She said she ain't turning down food or coffee either. Now, see, come
Hmm.
on now. That's how it starts, though. They start with those little things, and then the
But it
next
ain't
thing you
okay.
know,
So
they
hold
calling
on.
you.
So
Yes.
hold on. You walking right? You're walking right? You,
Wait, did you read this, Kevin? It's coffee. Thank you. And I'll treat next time. Are you serious? You
mm-hmm.
in a relationship, you cannot do those things right there. You got to shut it down.
So
That's
hold
how they
on.
snag y'all. That's how they
Hold on.
snag y'all with some coffee. You got tricked by a cup of coffee.
You gonna let coffee look? Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay.
Sassy
This
style.
is
I can't. Go
sassy on
ahead,
some
Kevin.
next
I'm
level.
sorry. Go ahead,
Here's the
Kevin.
deal. Okay. Here's the deal. Okay.
Yes.
If coffee is just how can I put it? An objective. It's coffee is not the thing. If your man's a cheater, it don't matter if it's coffee or water. So you're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe if you don't want to. So what I'm saying is like when Shorty bought me the little extra things. For, she said, "I'm hungry. You want this?" I ate it. I didn't go between her legs. You
So
okay?
so
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 if
wait,
I
Kevin.
hold,
Let
so
me
if a
tap
man
on to
holds the
something you
door
say.
open for you, are you
Let me
not gonna
tap on
walk
to
through it?
something you say. I will agree with you on this. You said that if your man's not a cheater, it doesn't matter what the person gave them. All right, I can accept that. I'm going to accept that. But I want to say this. This is how things get started. It's the little things that turn into bigger things, and the next thing you know, you have yourself in a whole situation.
No, you
Okay?
don't.
So right now, today she got you coffee. Tomorrow she got you coffee in a wrap. Then on Wednesday she's texting you.
Now
On
she needs your
Thursday
number.
she's
We shutting it.
calling you.
Okay, hold on,
And
hold on,
on
hold on.
Friday, she's asking you, can y'all go out on a date? In the meantime, you got a whole chick.
No,
That's
can I
how
can
y'all
I
get
finish?
caught up. That's how y'all get
No,
caught up.
No, because I've been there. Coffee, I got bottles of champagne. I got bottles of Hennessy thrown at me.
Lucia,
I ain't get caught up.
you know what I can, but Chef Kev right now has to answer because he's the only man on the panel right now. He has to answer and speak for all the men. A lot of these men, they fall for the okie doke. They fall for the mess. They
That's
fall for the
them.
little trickery. And then
But
y'all
see,
giving a whole situation.
but
Go
here's
ahead,
the
Kev.
you can't fall for nothing, right? If you a stand up man. If you a stand up
Oh,
man, you
Kevin, come on. The best of men sometimes get caught up by these females. You need to stop. We gonna have to bring some more men on this panel. You gotta stop it. The best of them have got caught up with a female. It happens really quick. It's so little for some of them. I'm telling you, it happens small. They got your coffee, now they got your rap, now you got the conversation. Because unfortunately, work is 8 to 10 to 12 hours out of your day. And
hmm
sometimes you spend more time with these work people than you do at your own home.
yep.
So when baby girl comes up to you, that's why you gotta block it from the door. No, boo, I'm
hmm
good. And you drink whatever water or juice or whatever your girl sent you with, if she sent you with any. Or you take your behind down to the little coffee shop yourself and get your own stuff. But the minute you accept that little token, it turns into a whole nother situation.
So you gonna tell me the whole time he's in a relationship, if somebody bought you a cookie, you turned it down because it came from a male?
He said what Chris Loves Luck said. Whatever, y'all. Wait, I think it's only serious if it turns into a habit. But you know what? Let me tell you something. This is all jokes aside. This is all jokes aside. Those little things become habits. If
You
they
break
want
the
to,
habit.
yeah, yeah. Wait, today coffee. Yeah, that you ain't lying with that. You ain't
Thank
lying
you.
with that.
At work, especially at work,
Yeah,
man,
yes.
Me Too movement. Nah. Me
No,
Too
no, no,
movement.
Kevin. No, we gonna leave that out the door for 1 second, and I'm being dead serious right here when I say this. One moment they buying you the coffee, okay, and y'all do it too. I'm saying maybe the woman is bringing it to you. The men do it. Oh, I just want to be your friend. Like, no, I got a man. I know I just want to be your friend. So the one minute they bringing you coffee, then the next minute they bring you coffee and a donut. Then the
hmm
next minute they leaving a note on your little desk in your little cubicle.
But see,
Then they trying
this
to
is
find you in the social media and they DMing you.
no. But see, this is first of all, Mr. Christian said, that's sexual harassment. Okay. Now, if somebody's sitting around there, yeah, I gave massages. Okay, we ain't gonna go there. But anyway, so that's a whole nother ball game. That's physical
See,
touching.
on a whole nother level.
You know.
Yeah,
And
but
so
you think you know what? You know what? Wait 1 second. It does start before that. It starts in their mind. They
yeah.
already got it in their head that they coming for you, whether you with
But you
somebody
have
or
to.
not. And y'all
But
usually
what?
fall for it. It better be the right donut.
It better be a real good donut. Like I
It
said before,
it don't have to be
nobody
good.
fall. Mm-mm. Maybe some young, but nah. You know. Like and here's the deal though. And back to the circle. That person in the circle of your friends, be like, man, leave that alone. The right people in your circle be like, leave that alone. They're not going to encourage
And
you to do
then
better.
some people in your circle be like, yo, just get
If
that
I was you, yeah,
and get
someone
done
would
with it.
encourage you. Some would
Right.
encourage you, but some would be like, nah, man, leave that alone, bro, leave that alone. I've done that many a time. Like, nah, it ain't worth it. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. You know what I mean? And so, because the situation is this, like, and I actually, a friend of mine got in a situation, and when it happened, he and the situation came up, and his wife said something. She, that's what he said. Kev told me to leave her alone. Hey, so I
Oh
tell you now, hold
my.
on.
Okay, so wait. So Chris said no. I'm talking about the possibility of cheating starts before the donuts and the coffee. Oh, I believe it does. The
Yes.
possibility does start before that,
Thank
but
you,
those
Chris.
little situations don't help. And you engaging in those situations and drinking the coffee, drinking the juice doesn't help.
Yeah,
Doesn't help. Also, then your circle isn't a circle; it's a
it's a
square.
square. Yeah, because you got people at all corners trying to attack, and it's like, yo, when your circle ain't, if it's like this, you think of your best friend, right? You
Hmm.
think of your best friend, and some real handsome man comes and buys her a drink, and start. You gonna be like, girl, let me get out of here. Just, you know what I mean? Even if you see her getting weak, you gonna be like, come on, let's go. You gonna say something to say no. Don't. You know what I mean? Now, if she's gonna do it, she's gonna do it. But the bottom line is that you're not gonna be the one saying, girl, you better take that drink, get the number. That's not what a good friend is gonna do to encourage your situation to be in that type of situation. You know what I mean? And so that's how it goes. But at the end of the day, you taking a drink or you a donut or a coffee, that's just like the excuse when people say I was drunk.
So okay, so let's stay there with the drink for one
I was
minute.
drinking for
So the girls we hanging with I was drinking for her, yeah. She sure was. She's so crazy. But listen, say I'm hanging out with the girls, right? And I'm married and someone sends us a drink, right?
Mhm.
Somebody sends all of us a drink or somebody sends me a drink or whatever, right? So I drink it. You saying there's no problems. It's all
I,
good.
that I told you the story about the tunnel, right?
The what?
The tunnel. The tunnel used to be a club in New York City,
Okay.
and my brother was dancing with these two girls who was wearing his behind out, and all total was six women. I went to the bar and bought everybody something to drink. Ain't asked for no one's number or nothing. I hey, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. So every time someone makes a suggestion or offer, it's not because and it was just a bottle of water, but you might know them clubs in New York City, a bottle of water be like $10. I dropped like $8 on water. And I didn't, you know what I mean? And I just offered up drink. I offered up water. So it's not always someone has an objective to do that.
No, you know what? This one he needs to stop. I ain't messing with you. Okay. No, listen.
So if I treat a man to coffee, do I want
You
to?
can be you are correct, right? Everybody doesn't have a ulterior motive. However, at some point when you realize the person does, then what do? So that's why I'm telling you, when you're a man in a relationship or you're a female in a relationship, nip it
Mhm.
in the bud.
Yeah,
Don't even let it get to a certain point where you have to determine what their real motive is. No, do not bring me coffee, a biscuit, a piece of chicken, nothing. I'm good.
yeah. Once you realize that's what it is, but come
No,
on, you've
even
been,
before, I'm saying before you realize. Before
yeah,
you
but
realize.
no, because okay, how many people at jobs got people bringing food? At my job, it happened all the time. Okay, yesterday I said I got to taste me some mac and cheese. My boy had the mac and cheese. I had the chicken. We had a spread. We fed everybody. Does it mean I was trying to sleep with somebody?
No, that's different. It was a potluck.
It wasn't a
That's
potluck.
different.
We just
A
started.
potluck is oh sorry, sweetie, I'm married. Yeah, you right. You gotta nip it in the bud, right? But what I'm saying, Kevin, don't go to the left. We ain't talking about potlucks here, right? It's a
And talk about
potluck.
pot.
We feeding
So nobody
everybody.
never brought a pot.
Did
So
you
I talk
no
about
no
everybody.
if she would have brought a tray of macaroni just for you, that's a big difference than bringing a tray of macaroni and saying let's everybody let's eat lunch. It's a big difference.
But I asked for it.
Well, if you ask for it and you got to make, that's a whole nother problem.
So I just said I got to taste your mac and cheese.
That's a problem.
That's the problem. Your mac and cheese
That's
is the
a
bomb.
problem.
Her
You
mac and
you
cheese is the bomb.
well you
I had
messy.
a taste for the mac and cheese.
Well you messy.
No.
You messy.
Just like the girl at work
I'm
said, I
not
got to taste.
telling no man. I'm not telling a man how many cheeses. I can't with you right now. I cannot. Listen, I'm not telling a
It
man.
was about
I,
four cheeses in there. Hey, Christian, that cheese, that joint you pull it and it's stringy, and then you hit it, and that has some barbecue chicken with it, and with some biscuit. Lord Jesus, you ain't know what you're talking about. Y'all know what you're talking about. Check my DM. I posted a picture of the chicken with the
yes,
cheese. Lord
listen.
have mercy. Took some
Let me
home
tell you
too. I had it
something.
last night. Had it last
Let,
night when I ate some mac
let
and
me,
cheese and that
Kevin.
chicken.
Let me say this. This is all jokes aside. This is serious. This is with everything I love. If we having a potluck, that is one situation. If someone is bringing you a personal tray, and maybe, and you know what, I'm not going to say in every situation, right? Because it could be just your friends and you know how that person cooks or whatever. But if this person is consistently, like Chris said, it's becoming a habit, that's a problem. That's a
Hmm.
problem that you got to cut off, that you should have
Hmm.
nipped in the bud earlier.
Yeah,
And
but
just like
that's
to go back with the DMs, you cannot control when somebody DMs you, but you can control stopping them.
yeah, it's easy. It's called block.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You could block. It's easy. It's not hard. You're receiving it because you want to receive it. There's nothing to do with your woman.
No, you may have received it because you don't even know. Like, you don't know. You're not going to just block everybody for no reason. So
Babe,
the first time it comes through, you got to stop them.
babe, I've been there. Married. I look up. There's the pictures of breast and booty with coochie pictures coming from somebody. Why you send? I ain't got time to add. You know I'm married. You know I'm married. So guess what I did? I hit the block button. We're
Well,
done.
yeah. Yes. Yes.
So it was no conversation. There was nothing. Delete the picture. Block. Done. So the whole control thing is you received it if you wanted to receive it. That block button is once you get it the first time, block. You don't even have to discuss it. It's not even up for discussion. You know I'm married. I didn't ask for the pictures. All of a sudden, here comes breast and booty and whatever come through and porn coming through. I'm like, yo, why are you sending me this? You know what I mean? Unless it's somebody, because it's something I learned this from my my situation when I got married. When people question or why you ain't, I don't owe nobody an explanation of why I made my decision. So guess what? I don't
Well,
have
well,
to
well,
explain
wait.
nothing to you.
Hold
So
on.
I don't have to explain. I don't have to ask you why you sent me a picture. I don't owe
No, no,
you a
no.
question.
That you do. That you do not. But let's back up a little bit. When you say explain, there are some people, and I'm not saying you, but there are a lot of men, what I like to say, call leave a lot of dead bodies behind or leave people behind and didn't say nothing, and that's why they had the trouble creeping up on them that they had creep up on them. You know, you shouldn't have to ask somebody when they're trying to get with you or talk to you, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a wife? Do you have someone that calls you their girlfriend or or you know your wife or whatever the case may be? So
Do me a
people,
favor.
yes, yes.
Explain to the audience what you mean by dead bodies.
When you were in a relationship with somebody, you did not close that door. You left them behind, lingering, wondering, and thinking that y'all was still together. You left a dead body behind, and it's gonna come back to haunt you. Okay.
Okay, I've
So
never done that, but go ahead.
what I'm saying is that if you have someone that's asking you questions that's coming to you, what did you leave behind? What mess did you leave behind that's coming back to haunt you right now? So when you say not explain something to somebody, if somebody thinks y'all was still together and now they see that you with somebody else, you got some explaining to do.
Okay, first of all, that was never me. Okay. Okay. And so that, thank you. They can lie and say no and still be lying. Thank you. So the bottom line is this. My situation
Kevin.
was different. I was completely single. Okay, and I had people who were in relationships asking me why. Well, why do you whatever? The bottom line is I don't owe you an explanation. So if I block you, I don't owe you an explanation. You know what you sent. So my thing is, if you know you are married, and people, and for those out there who have never been in a situation, relationships fine, living together, whatever. When you get to the ultimate goal of marriage, people get messy as hell. People I thought
People
who
are
would
messy
never send me
before that.
pictures. People I thought who would never send me pictures like that were sending me pictures like that.
Let me
So
tell you
what
something,
I'm
Kevin.
saying is,
People are messy when they know you in a relationship and they want you. People are messy before you get to the ultimate cross the line, walk the door, and say I do. If somebody gonna be messy, they messy. If they want you, they want you. And some of
but
them
baby,
don't give a darn.
I'm
the- Some of them don't give a darn. They don't give a darn who you with and what you doing.
I
Messy is
can't
messy.
wait. I can't wait until you cross that line of I do and really see what I'm talking about. You think you saw something? You ain't see nothing.
You
I'm
have
telling anybody on
to.
this panel who know, you think you seen something in a relationship? I seen it. Yeah, you got a girlfriend. They send you pictures. Cross the line and say I do. The devil come out with all the glad rags on. Like, really? This what we doing? Yeah, all right. You think it? Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not denying that, but what I'm saying to you is that I've known people to come out the gate and out the door and they know you in a serious relationship and they still wild out. I think a person that is going to wild out, they wild out regardless. They don't just wait till you say I do and get extra with it. They when they want you, they want you. I mean, I had somebody clearly write me, if he ever mess up, put me first on the list. I'm here. This is why I'm in the midst of my bliss. So I'm saying to you that no matter what, if somebody gonna be messy, they gonna be messy. They gonna come for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it does amp up when you say I do. That's all I'm saying. It ain't saying it ain't messy. It amps up. Trust me. They messiness gets on steroids. That's all I'm saying. They messiness gets cranked up. They got no nitrous oxide in their messiness, and they go and they go hard. And I don't know, you know. So that's what it is. So that's what I'm saying. But I learned from that is how to shut stuff down. So people who get caught up in DMs are those who just can't turn it down. They get caught up because I don't even know why they get caught up. You know, you're stupid. You're stupid. That's how I look at it. You're stupid. You know you
They
got your
like the
woman.
attention. They like the attention. They
Yeah.
like the attention among some other things. And then sometimes, unfortunately, innocent conversations end up turning into a whole big mess. And so that's why I'm trying to educate here right now. This
Yeah.
innocent cup of coffee, this
Mm-hmm.
innocent donut, this
Mm-hmm.
innocent extra sandwich, it can
Mm-hmm.
turn into some mess.
If you let it turn
That's
to
the
some mess.
education. Accept the jewels that I'm passing. And you get the,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, more visual than most women. Yeah. Yeah. The DMs, they come. They come and
But
they wild out and they're a little messy, but it is what it is.
Chris, I can't accept the DM. If I don't accept the DMs, it don't matter. I have to
But
feed
what
into
you
it.
saying accept them, but what we're saying is, Kevin, even though you blocked the person that you got it, it still went through. It still
Yeah.
went through. You just blocked them after you got it. So it's not like,
Yeah.
oh, you just knew this person was gonna be wild and crazy. So you started blocking, 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 blocking. It's people that you wouldn't even expect. And then all of a sudden you see a DM and you like, well, where'd that come from? What the heck? What's going on with that?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's it. Everyone likes attention. So the Jew is pay attention to your mate.
Yeah. Because the whole look, that's all it takes. Because a lot of times, and I learned this, some people all they want is the attention. They want the attention. They don't even look. They just want the attention.
But you know what though? They want the attention. No, you are correct, right? You do. That's the key to relationships, right? You got to be in tune to your mate. You got to pay attention to your mate. And but not only with the paying attention is we talked about it before. You got to communicate, right? Because
Mhm.
if I'm not communicating to my mate what I need and what I want, how can I really expect to get it? So, but usually a communication breaks down because there's other things going on in a relationship. That's usually how it happens in my mind. Like you got other stuff going on, which now adds to the breakdown of the communication, and then everything is starting to go left. And then you got this one over here bringing you coffee, and that's your attention. And then now it really goes sideways because we enter a third party into this situation. So, yes, I do believe you wholeheartedly have to pay attention to your mate. You have to be in tune. You have to spend time together. But I've seen a lot of stuff go down because, when I worked in the hospital, we was doing 12-hour shifts. I mean, 12 hours, and you figure the shift was 12 hours. So that means literally we was together like 13, 14 hours out of a day. So just imagine being with someone 13, 14 hours out of a day. They become your family. They become
So
the
that's an
ones that
excuse.
you talk to more. They become the ones that if you are weak in your relationship or you're having a weak moment or a weak spot or whatever the case may be, someone could end up slipping in because of that weakness and the time that you're spending with those particular people. Sometimes communication breaks down because of a fear of rejection or a fear of conflict. True. True. Some people don't want to have conversation because they don't like arguing or they don't like conflict or like you're saying they don't want rejection. Um
That's what
and
Mr.
yes,
Christian. Do
yeah.
never work with somebody you mess with. No, don't do. Thank you, Mr. Christian. You the man.
Yeah, yeah,
Salute.
that I will say is true. But you know what? There are some exceptions to the rule. I mean, I did see a couple that got married that worked together. They met at the job. And sometimes what happens is too, you don't get to meet because of your work hours and your job. You don't get to meet anybody else. Sometimes that's a lot of times how those work relationships end up happening. That's when you text your mate what mate what they like most about you.
Hmm.
Okay. When it goes bad, it trickles into work. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what happens too? People can kind of sense, no matter how much you think you're covering up your pain or, your loneliness or whatever, people can sense that. And that's usually too when a third party has access into the situation.
Hmm.
Wait, you're saying, Francis, you don't work with work people at work are your neighbors? Well, there sometimes you don't have no other place to meet somebody. But I will agree with you. I would never date a neighbor for sure. Because because I don't got time to be trying to be selling my house if something goes to the left. But I had a neighbor that came to me, and I was like, no, mm-mm. And I just was like, no, I'm not ready to date, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But again, it's like you said, I'm not dating a neighbor because I don't have time. Like when I walk out my door, I want to walk out in freedom and bliss and everything else. I
I want to
can't do it.
miss you. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see you all the doggone time. I want to miss you for a couple hours. I don't want
Oh,
to see
see,
you all
and
the
I
time.
don't have that. You can meet people online. That's true. See, and you know what? I heard you say that before. See, I don't have that problem. And what I have no problem when I'm in a relationship. We can see each other 24 hours out the day.
No,
I
yeah,
don't.
and
I'm good.
no,
I'm
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 saying
like
you
good.
can see somebody, but I'm just like we. If that's the case, that's who you with. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, when you first start dating and it's a neighbor, what if it doesn't materialize to anything? You see what I'm saying? What if because you
Well,
say
that's why I
dating,
said I wouldn't do it.
yeah, and then say it doesn't. You're dating. You're playing the field. Not saying sleeping with people. You're playing the field. You're walking out the house dressed up. Where you going? No, ain't got time for that. You know
Yeah,
how
yeah. So
people date
I
in-laws.
just, yeah,
Huh?
yeah. I don't know what you mean, Francis. How often do you need to see your mate? Oh, well, that's a good question. We could get into that. We could talk about that. Me personally, if I'm into somebody and we're dating, first of all, we all know when you first start dating somebody, y'all in each other face 24/7 anyway, because y'all just so excited and like you're in your bliss or whatever. I listen, but me personally, I could talk to my mate every day, all day long. Okay. I could see them every day, all day long. Um, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I don't need to miss you. Well, I got to go to the supermarket. You want to come with me? Let's go to Target, Walmart, the movies. We do everything together. Let's have fun together. I don't have a problem. I don't know about you, Kevin. How do you feel?
Wow. I mean, when you with somebody, because I've been there. I mean, you see them all the time. It's nice to come home to someone. I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but I do believe, you know, how can I put it? You need your own space, like you do your thing with your girls, or
Oh, I
uh,
couldn't do that, Francis.
nah.
No, no, I'm
Oh,
not
we
doing
saw
that.
that
That's
movie
too
like
close.
that. We
That's
saw that
too. That,
movie.
yeah, we did. That's too close for comfort.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. And I don't care. I don't care how good that brother look. I don't care nothing. No. I would pray to God, and if I was even attracted to the brother, I would pray to God every night, take the attraction away. I would not, never.
Mm-mm, nah.
I ain't doing that.
But like I said, I think part of it when you're in love, like you say, you could be in the face every day. But I think also, I think just like I said, if y'all click, it clicks. That's how I feel. If it clicks, it clicks. So I
Right.
don't think there's no time or how many times you see a day and stuff like that. Because what you're hoping for really is the person you're dating becomes your best friend,
Right, right.
and so
Look at
that
you. Look at
connection,
you. All right, now you done woke up. You talking some sense now. Go ahead, keep talking.
go ahead with that. So it's and
Woo,
so so
Francis, no way. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Cause so now they're brothers and cousins. No, she's messy. No.
you call her
I
uncle or
couldn't do that.
daddy? You call her uncle daddy. I don't know. So,
Yeah, I
but
don't know.
yeah. So but like I said, it depends on the situation. But I think when you miss somebody, it's when you connect. It's the energy is amazing. That's what I do. So when you miss somebody, for a few hours or even a day or two, they go out of town or something. The
I could
energy is
miss you when
amazing.
you in the room with me. I don't need
Yeah.
you to go nowhere. So I mean, Chris Loves says I think that space is needed in every relationship, even if it's just a few hours. I do feel that, you know, you gotta have your time and they gotta have their time, but my time could be me reading a book on the couch with my mate and they watching the game and I'm sitting there right next to them, but I'm reading the book and they watching the game or they doing whatever.
I don't
So
mind that,
time,
but I'm not watching that Housewives or the house. I did that already, and I can't. You
and
trying to like?
right. But what I'm saying is that I think with this time thing, everybody has to define it within their own relationship.
Mhm.
But for me, every relationship that I've ever been in, we was together 24/7. We was together 24/7 and I loved it and we had fun together. And all the people in, I mean, the supermarket, Target, the Walmart, our coffee shop, they knew us. Like they was like, they knew us because we went there all the time together, and we had about three restaurants where they knew us, right?
Mhm.
So, but that was me. I know everybody. That's not for everybody, but we had like a great time together. But it was also good too because even with my friends, like we were all friends, like I said. So it didn't matter. Like if my girlfriends came over, like he didn't have to leave because they knew him too. Like, whatever, go talk to him. We all just had fun together.
Hmm.
So, I like being around my mate when I like my mate. Let's say
Okay.
that. When I like my mate. No, that would be me, Aggie. Don't be under me all the time. Yeah, she can't deal with that. But yeah, me, I'm like, come here, babe. Like,
No, it's just
I
like I
love it.
said, but I think you. It's like this. It might be something you do,
Hmm.
right? That he that so you have something that you do that he doesn't care for, and he said, "Go ahead and knock yourself out. Go with your friends. Go do that." And he might be something he does you don't care for. So
Hmm.
it's not a point of like when me and Francis went to the game. All I wanted to do was go to the game. Now she wasn't the first person to ask, but everybody wanted to make it everybody wanted to make it a date night. And I'm like, it's not a date night, it's a basketball game. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you need that, what I mean? I just want to go root for my
Yeah,
team or root.
that's what Chris is saying. You need your me time, and your buddy
Yeah,
here saying absence makes the heart grow fonder. My heart grows fonder when you with me.
you know what? So hold
Listen,
up. So
let me tell you, I get to know you, you get to know me. We become in sync. We almost like one. I love
so
it.
what so then how would you feel in a long distance relationship?
Say that again.
How would you feel about a long distance relationship then? Since you gotta have your mate up on you, I mean, is it something that's just like he got to live within a certain mile frame, or he has to live within 20 minutes, or I mean, how would
Well,
you?
I'm gonna be honest with you, right? At some point, like, it would have to be something would have to give.
Yeah, the goal is to end up together. But what I'm saying is, could you
Hmm.
start a long distance relationship?
Uh, I mean, in my mind, look at this one. Woo, woo. And that would be very difficult for me. It would be difficult for me because it would be like, how are we going to get to know each other the way that I would want us to get to know each other? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, when
How
are we
long
going
is
to
the
see?
distance?
When you say long distance, when are we seeing each other? Once a week?
Is
Once
it?
a
Is
month?
it? Well,
Once
you could,
every quarter?
but
I don't know. I don't know
no.
about all
But what I'm saying is, okay, I give you an example. I've lived within 10 miles of somebody and sort of maybe twice a month because of our work schedules.
that. Y'all was doing that. Can I give another public service announcement?
Oh Lord. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all was doing
I'll
that
be
thing
over here.
wrong. Y'all was doing that thing wrong because let me tell you something. As a nurse, and I had to work 12-hour shifts, I'ma still see my man. I don't care if I left from working 14, 15, 16 hours. I'm still going to see you. Now I'm gonna give you the precursor to say that, listen, I'm coming to see you, but I'm dead tired. I'm dead tired. But I still want to
Okay.
see you. But no, let me finish. I still want to see you. So let's get together. But just know up front that I might have one eye open and one eye closed, but we're gonna see each other. But go ahead.
Okay. Now I'm gonna say this. Take your nursing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And take what I do during Christmas time pre-COVID when I was knocking out 16-hour shifts. When do you have time?
Oh, you do have time. Oh wait,
It's
let's
gonna
wait.
be
Hold on now. These things are tough to call beforehand. Someone may be good with being with someone 24/7 and not so good with being with someone else 20. Well, you know what? Well, amen. You ain't lying right there. Same with the long distance relationship. Well, you know what? There you go. There you have it right there. I will agree with that. Yes, you can have a person where you cool with being with them 24/7, And then there may be another person where you like, I can't even do 2 hours of this. So
Hmm.
yeah. And then
But
you
is
right,
it?
it may be the same with long distance. But
But it's
but
the.
traditionally, I say this, Kev. Traditionally, I'm the type of chick that, for me to get to know you, we got to do several different things together because I'm gonna fill you out and I'm gonna see who you are. So you know what? Maybe one of our dates is we gonna go out to dinner. Maybe another date we gonna cook dinner together because I'm processing and I'm figuring out, I'm seeing who you really are, what's going down, right? We gonna go to the movies one night to the physical movie theater. This all like you said, pre-COVID, and then maybe one night we gonna watch a movie in the house together. We gonna go on a picnic. We gonna do. I got a whole list of outings that's gonna bring out different things in you that I'm gonna see, and that's gonna help me get to know what's really up with you. Can I do this with this person?
Can I
Because I
say
got the
something?
list of outings. I got the list of outings that's going to help me figure out what's really good. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Say you saying every day. So let's say three. You say 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, 21 hours, right? You spend with a person. I'm just giving you, just throwing numbers out there, right?
Mm
And you see another person, say once a week
hmm.
for
Mm
8 hours. Okay, let's go skydiving.
hmm.
8 hours, and that 8 hours is that 8 hours is the best 8 hours of your week.
Mm-hmm.
That's what can happen. So it's the
Mm.
quality or the quantity. You
Oh, it's
got
both for
21 hours
me.
from one person,
It's both for me.
but I'm saying, but you got. I'm saying is this: if I got somebody I could spend 20 plus hours a week with, we can have fun. But I got somebody I can spend 8 hours a week with, and those 8 hours are the 8 hours I live for all week. That's what I get up in the morning for. That's what I go to work for. That's what I get dressed and look good for. I can't wait for these 8 hours. This is what I live for. Okay? I would deal with those 8 hours. Okay?
I feel you. I feel you. But what I'm saying is, so you saying that's not quality time. What you say is not quality time? Like a
No, I'm
couple
saying,
hours? No, I don't know in relation to what part of the conversation he's saying that's not quality time. Like you mean if somebody's working all day and then come and say I got one eye open, one eye closed.
yeah,
Well,
it's
let me
not,
tell
I
you
mean,
something. Wait, hold on. Let me say something, my brother. A lot could happen with one eye open and one eye closed. But we'll carry on. We're gonna keep this PG. We're gonna keep this
no,
PG.
no, because look, look,
We're
look,
gonna keep
look.
this on it.
I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
go
keep
back.
this
No,
clean. We keeping
let
this
me go
clean.
back to
Yes,
my.
yes.
Let me go back to my three in the possible. If you know what I'm talking about, if my three in the possible is the best three in the possible, is the best three out there. You got somebody with 54 moves. What does it matter? So it's about the quality of the situation. So my whole thing is this: if I can't, if I sit there and I can't wait to see you, I know I'm gonna see you on Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I can't wait to see you. Okay. I'm on the train. I'm driving up the highway. I'm antsy. I can't. The closer I get, the more my heart races, and I can't wait to see you. That right there beats Shorty up the street who I can see anytime I want to see her. So that's how I look at it.
Mm. Well, Day Jermaine is agreeing with you. Okay. We need some more sisters to speak. Saying again, my two cents, it depends. You may go into a relationship thinking that you want 24/7 time together, and then you end up getting a quality eight and find that you love it. Well, I guess. I guess.
That's all that matters. See,
Yeah, quality time can trump all, but that's you're assuming that my 24/7 wasn't quality time and I didn't love it. I
no, but
loved
I'm
it. I
okay. Look,
thrived in
look.
it. I loved it. I loved it. I thrived in it. And that's what I like. Let's go to the
But
store and they right
can
there.
I
We going
can I
to the
say something?
store.
Can I
Let's go
say
to the
something?
movies and they right there and we going to the movies. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
The 8 could lead to 24/7. You got to
Mm.
start somewhere.
Okay.
The 8 could lead to 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
365.
Oh.
To death do we part.
Oh shoot.
But you got to start somewhere. So you have to start somewhere.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? No, that's not what we are saying. Oh, what are you saying?
You
You
know,
gotta talk
so
to me more. You said
it'll never be 24/7. But I'm just saying, you got to start somewhere. So it's
Why
like, you know,
why would it not ever be 24/7? I'm
cause
confused.
I gotta go to work. I know me, I gotta go to work, and I don't work from home. So I know I'm a proud blue
Yes.
collar worker.
Wait,
I gotta go to work.
We brought them back. We brought them back. I'm with you 24/7 too. That's a beautiful thing when it works. Absolutely. When it works, it's a beautiful thing.
But
It
twenty
really
four
is.
seven. But here's the 24/7 though, right? I'm gonna give you
Mm-hmm.
the 24/7. The 24/7 is the good morning text. The 24/7 is the I miss you. The 24/7 is the call during lunch because you're not in the building with a 24/7. I know I can't be with you. Like I said, when what I do, I can't be 24/7. So if we wake up in the morning, I know I gotta get dressed to go to work. So the
I'm following you. You love to throw the spin in it, the remix, the twist. I'm following you. No, but listen. Yes, people work, so we get that. Well, when I say 24/7, I'm saying outside of work, when work is done, it's us. Okay, it's us. Just us. It's us. Okay.
no. Unless you live in a wealthy,
Wait, what
Mr.
happened?
Go back, Mr. Christian. Yo, you damn right. Somebody got to
We
bring the
we
firewood.
getting the firewood together. We getting the firewood together. We get the
Somebody got to clean the rabbit. I got to catch the rabbit, clean the rabbit, and get the firewood.
we we cleaning it together. Listen, I want y'all to come talk to me. I want y'all to we gotta revisit this conversation maybe a year later. Y'all gotta talk to me. Have you ever dealt with someone like that where y'all was so in sync and y'all was always together and it was great? It was beautiful.
You know my answer to that question.
So, and then here's the other thing too. Even though, of course, nobody's like we all love the same things all the time, but everything I loved, everything I loved, he did it with me. I love Broadway. I love going to Broadway. Took me to Broadway every year for my birthday. Every
But can
year.
I say something?
Yes, you can.
I had that woman. We synced together. And I said this before. I thought God put this woman on earth to be with me. And as
Mm.
much as we sing together, as much as we done together, guess what? We're not together no more. So it didn't work. So doesn't mean
Listen, live
that
and learn, right?
then
You live and learn.
unless it ended with death do we part, it ended. So the bottom line is everything happens. Sometimes you gotta try something new. Now I'm
Mm.
not saying I'm just gonna throw it to the wall and see what sticks, but I know this. All I know is this. I will enjoy quality time, and I don't care if it's 6 to 8 hours out of a week. Then to have
Mm.
somebody up under you that you know that there are times nothing really popping off. That when you in one room
Something
watching
don't have
TV,
to pop off every time just for that time that you're together to be good.
but that's the
No,
right.
let
But
me do
guess
another
what?
PSA. Let me
Eight.
do another PSA. I gotta do
Go
another
ahead, Thompson.
PSA. Every time you together, it doesn't have to be some high level popping off.
No, I'm not saying it does, but what I'm saying is this. You want it to fall down and start off 24/7. It has to start somewhere. And that's
Yes.
the point is.
Speak to your buddy here for 1 second, Kevin. Of course, the woman has interests. Her only interest is not just you and your existence. She just likes being together with you and sharing the same space with you and breathing the same air as you.
Who
That's
ask Chris,
it.
who is that? Who's that question for?
It don't matter. I responded.
Chris, that's all I'm gonna say. You see what I'm dealing with. You see what I'm dealing with. That's all I'm gonna say. You see what I'm dealing with. Messy.
I
Messy.
responded.
See, you see what I'm dealing with. That's all I'm saying. Chris, you see what I'm dealing with. God bless you. Right? That's all I'm saying. You bossy. Bossy.
Chris said she gonna need some different air. No, I want to breathe the same air as my man. Want us to breathe the same air, be in the same space. When I look up and be like, "Where are you?" He's gonna be right there. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
It
Okay.
don't start that way. You got
When I have a thought in my head and I'm about to speak, I want him to finish it. That's what I'm talking about. Talking about being in
that's the
sync,
text.
be being in sync, being together.
Get a
You
puppy
know?
or go. Oh. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm.
Oh my
So
God.
so so hold up. So hold up. So hold up.
Yes.
So can what can he do without you?
Well, you know how your men are, not much. But I mean,
So the fellas say, yo, we going on a men's trip. We going
well,
on a guys trip.
time out, time out, time out, time out, time out.
Time out
So,
what?
time out. Let's do this. Here's the deal, right? Of course, we all both have to have our separate lives, right? Like things we do separately. I'm not crazy. You want to go hang out with the boys, go hang out with the boys. What do I care? I don't care. But I'm talking about on a regular basis, outside of these little excursions and these little trips, and the little game you going to or whatever. Outside of that, it's just us. It's you and I, me and
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
We become one.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When they see you, they see me. And when they
Really?
see you and they don't see me, they's like, where is she? That's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about.
Have Chris, please help her out. I'm praying for Chris. I need Chris on my side. Help her out.
You already know that's my boo. And she already know how I get down.
But
And,
it
and,
don't
and
happen.
wait,
It
and wait,
don't.
and wait, and let me say this too. Not only does she already know how I get down, she would tell you for a fact that all three of us, like we was together. We knew each other.
Did it
That's
happen
my boo
overnight?
right there. That's
Did
my
it
boo right
happen
there.
overnight? Did it happen overnight?
Did what happened overnight?
So you
Oh,
you
how
met
close
him
we
on
were?
Monday and two, huh?
How close we were?
I'm just saying, did it happen overnight? Things.
Darn
I'm
near.
talking about one thing leading to another thing. To get to
We
twenty
met
four
in
seven,
college.
you gotta start
We
off
met
with.
in college. We met in college. I helped them out on the test because we always got to help your men.
I'm not talking.
I helped them out on the test, and after I helped them out on that test, we were thick as thieves.
Okay, I'm not talking about that situation.
Yes, we walking in the room like boom.
Hmm. But what I'm talking to you is
Yes,
right
sir.
now to
Yes, right now.
to achieve is like this to achieve 24/7.
Uh
You
huh.
have to start somewhere.
Mm
So what I'm saying to you is if a quality 8 out of 164-hour week is a start to a wonderful 24/7 life. Is that a problem?
So is there a certain amount of time that she should be allowed for going out with their friends? Um, to answer your question, Kev, I'll say this.
Is that for me or for you?
It don't matter. It's a question to we the panel. It's a question to us. Um, so I will say this with this whole 8 hours, 24 hours, or whatever. You know, I like to mess around, play around, joke around, but I'm
Hmm.
dead serious at the same time. Um, I'm just saying to you that um, I'm not saying long distance relationships cannot work, okay? But what I'm saying is it is harder to get to see everything that you're trying to see when you're dealing with a long distance relationship. So when this person is within a certain distance from you, you get to propel and see more of what you need to see to get to know what you need to know before you get into whatever it is you're going to get into. Because you don't want to be locked and loaded and then you find out, wait a minute, this person like they something ain't right. So what I'm
Okay.
saying to you is, let me just say this real quick. What I'm saying to you is, I have my list of dates that's going to happen. But those list of dates are not just because I want to go here, there, wherever. Because listen, I could go to the movies right now. So it's not about me wanting to go here, there, whatever. But it's about what I'm going to get to know about this person by doing these 10 to 15 to 20 activities. Okay? Because hear what I'm saying. We going to go have a nice dinner together. I'm going to see some things when we eat in this dinner together. We going to cook together. I mean, cutting up the food, the onions, and everything like that. So I'm going to get to see something right there when we cook together, right? So I
Hmm.
got my list of activities that I need to achieve with this person. And by the time those 20 activities are over, I'm going to know what I need to know. Now, granted, we know some people lie, some people hide stuff or whatever. But for the most part, if the person's legit, I'm going to know what I need to know.
Okay. What if his representative shows up? We know how that goes before the true person comes out. That happens all the time. But
Well,
to
that's what I'm
answer
trying to
Chris's
tell
question,
you. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Kevin, that I'm going to get to see that within those 20 activities. I'm going to see that. But how much am I going to get to see, and in what time frame am I going to get to see if I'm getting 8 hours once a week versus I'm getting more time sooner than once a week and I'm going through these different activities, I'm like, okay, I'm getting to see more. I understand what you're saying. You want quality time, but there are some things where you need the physical time so you can get to know what it is you need to know. So you know if you're going to proceed, yield, stop, and never go back again. So go ahead.
I, woo, all I'm gonna say is this: whatever method that we have that we've been using, right? Whatever method we're using to find that mate, apparently hasn't worked because we're single. So try
Well, no,
something
no, no,
different.
hold on, hold on, my brother, hold on, my brother. First of all, there's no method that I'm using because right now I do not want to date.
Okay then. But you
So
just said
it's
I
not,
got a
so it's no,
long list
it's
of
no,
dates.
so
That's
it's
a
no,
method.
no, 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 but it's no method because you're saying whatever method we using, it you was alluding to, it can't be right because we single. No,
No, I'm
single
not
by
saying
choice,
it's
single by choice over here
no,
because
but what I'm single by choice too. But what I'm saying to you is this. What I'm saying to you is this. I mean, we talked about this where I said certain things I did, and I had to step back and say, okay, you know what? This is the situation I'm in. Maybe I need to change my way of thinking, my thought process. You know what I mean? And sometimes we sit there and we go, okay, we have our buy. Excuse me, our little list of what we do. Okay, and I had my list for years. At the end of the day, I'm still here with my list. Now, like I said, it's by choice, and I'm not saying to settle whatever, but sometimes you might want to just shake the apple tree just to see what falls out. Because sometimes you want to you break the monotony, something different. Okay, so the whole deal is you dealing with situations, okay? And a lot of times we're not the same person we was when we made that list. Okay, we changed over the years. I know I have. You've seen it. So my thing is this: is that it's like something Steven Spielberg said a long time ago. He goes, "I can write a script, but I leave the door open for God to walk through any time." And that's how I feel. I just feel like this. I may have what I want, but I leave the door open and leave my mind open for God to come and say, maybe it's this. So that's why I don't get caught up into um and I get a question. We may have some do's and don'ts and things that we're not going to understand our unbreakables. You know what I mean? Where you say, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this." This is understandable. But on how we meet somebody, on how we do certain things, you know what? At this point, I'm at a point where I say I let go and let God. I'm not going to say we gotta lay up the street and we gotta do this because guess what? Even though it felt good to pass, we ain't together no more. So maybe I'm open to something different. I'm open to something different. You know what I mean? That's what led me to trying a new long distance relationships before because what I had next to me wasn't working. And I go back to something, and I forgot the guy's name. If you ever saw the show Blossom, it was the guy that played the grandfather. He was doing an interview one time, and he said, "You find a job the way you find a relationship, as far as you look. If you only look a block away, then your options, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? You don't know what God has intended for you or whatever. I made decisions. I made moves. I don't regret it. It's made me stronger people. You know what I mean? You know my situation. I've lived in, not because of a woman, but I lived in 5 different states. You know what I'm saying? It is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. So you know what? I go around, wherever God has in store for me, and it's fine. But I'm not going to sit here closed minded and be like, well, you must
Mm,
go boom, 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 boom. Because when
mm,
you close minded,
mm,
you can't get the blessings. That the windows closed and the blinds are closed. You got to
mm.
open the door, lift up the blinds,
Ah,
open up the blinds, let the blessings come through, and that's what it
woo,
is. So now, so you never know. You know what I mean? You keep looking at half a block down the street in east,
mm.
west, north, south. That's where you're limited.
You may need to get a plane, train, bus, or something, huh?
Yeah,
Mm.
there you go. You know what I mean? A thumb a ride. I don't know. I don't know.
If you
But
don't look
oh,
good, you will not
to
eat.
answer Chris's real quick, to answer Chris's question, I don't have a limit. I mean, if it's too much going on, if my woman want to spend time with her friends, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But we all know, and I know, just like I know she comes first, she know I come first, and stuff like that. But it's not a problem.
Well, your sermon has gotten through to the people. They like whatever,
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 whatever.
okay? They like facts. They telling you to preach, okay? They telling you to preach. Well, this is a to be continued because it is late
Hmm.
in the hour. Chef Kev, you know what? You know what it is. But before we do that, I want to just thank all the people that came through the building. Please, y'all, don't forget to hit that like. And if you haven't already subscribe to the channel. We enjoy all of y'all for being here. Thank you, Chris Loves Lux. Thank you,
And next week,
Francis.
Francis is
Thank
going to
you,
be
Latia.
here.
Yeah. Thank you, Latia. Mr. Christian. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And thank you, Day Jermaine. And I hope I didn't sack you if you're still there. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us for this Wednesday night live conversation on relationships. We will be back next Wednesday live. We're thinking about coming through the building maybe Thursday, Friday to talk about the series on the We channel. We still didn't figure out yet if we're going to do that or not. but if we do, we hope to see ya. So your end of the night sermon, honey, it worked for some of the people in the building. I don't know if God has touched
Well,
me yet with your sermon, but maybe I'll sleep on it and I'll feel differently. But I'm not into the plane, train, buses, Ubers, Lyft, you know, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 7 hours to get to my mate. But hey, you saying the blinds are closed, I'm blocking my blessings. Anyway, guys, love y'all all for coming through. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you, everyone. Chef Kev, thank you.
good
See you
night.
next time. Good night, everyone.